PUDcast is filmed before a live studio audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUDcast with Jason and Mike. I'm Jason.
I'm Mike.
And we're coming to you from the PUD Cave, located here in Game Swap in beautiful downtown Lincoln in the great state of North Carolina. Mikey, brother, what is going on?
Right in the middle of the Apple Festival.
Roy, howdy, man. We started recording. Roy? we two things we ought to talk about.
Roy?
Oh, that's my buddy from school, man. Hey, how you doing, Roy?
Roy.
I'm doing fine. Okay, man. All right, let me. It's early, man. We're actually recording this on Saturdays now.
Yeah.
Apple Festival Day, Mike.
Oh yeah.
And it is 7:45 a.m.
Parking 4 blocks from
Jeez Louise.
from the PUD Cave.
Brother, we had to do a little hike this morning, man. Got my workout in. That's cool. That's cool.
40 degrees, not bad.
What's what I'm saying? It's cool.
Yeah.
Literally cool, man. Yeah, Mike, today is the biggest day in Lincoln. It's Apple Day.
Yes.
The biggest day in the town, and we're here right in the smack dab in the middle of it.
Yep. Still dark outside.
It's still dark. It may actually, I think the sun's starting to try to creep up a little bit, but it was dark when we got here, buddy. And so that's what I'm saying, man. I'm still a little tired. I still haven't completely woken up yet, so I may be talking about my buddy Roy.
Roy?
Jesus, man. So, Mike, brother, what's been going on this week, man? Anything new going on, brother?
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, if you watch the news, there's a lot going on locally.
Here in L-Town. L-Town. L stands for lit, brother. This is lit town.
Yeah.
Lot of crime.
A little bit.
Yeah, some not cool, man. We have had some bad things happen. We're not going to talk about all that, obviously, man. We don't want to make light of or even bring the PUDs
just
down.
Just do the research.
Yeah, you can just look it up. But there is one that we can talk about a little bit if you want to.
Okay.
Where nobody got hurt.
Oh.
But somebody did go to jail. And that was the lawyer uptown, brother.
Yeah, man.
Lafferty?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, man.
John Lafferty.
Yeah, he ended up embezzling was it $100,000?
Ooh,
over $100,000. So yeah, man, he's not going to be around for a while. Yeah, dude. Like I said, Lincoln has had a lot going on as far as the downside of things, the crimes. Like I said, there's been some violent crimes too. We don't want to get into that, man. It's a tragedy, and I just hate it for the families. Like I said, I just experienced a loss, just a little over 6 weeks ago myself. So man, I understand what that's like to experience loss of family. And it's tough, brother, and I hate it for the people. But at the same time, man, Lincoln does have a, man, I'll tell you, I used to go out with this chick like years and years ago. I mean, I'm talking in my 20s, and she was from Statesville. Uh-huh. And she'd moved into Lincoln, and, I met her at my job. I worked at a little gas station. Country Corner's in the house. Wayne Siska's in the house. Me and Wayne both worked at Country Corner. And we started dating, going out some. And she was like, yeah. I said, I'm always seeing Lincoln on the news. It's like, I didn't even know if I wanted to move here. And, brother, this is back in, like, the 90s.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, we got a little bit of a reputation.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, stuff happens, so it's a big deal.
In a small town.
Yeah. Say if it happened in Gastonia, it'd be no big deal.
Oh, man, you just brush right over it, man. Small town, big deal, Yeah,
not to dump on Gastonia.
Oh, I will. I lived there for 6 years, man. I'll dump all over that town. I tell you, brother.
For all of our Gastonia peeps.
No, I mean, we love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a lot of great friends in Gastonia, Gaston County in general, man. But that town's, it's unique, brother. It's unique. It's unique.
You have to unique through it whenever you go through it.
Yes, sir. Roy, howdy. Nah, man, my time at Gastonia wasn't bad. I never had any issues, man. But I tell you, dude, I lived in a very diverse apartment complex, man. All kinds of people, man. All kinds of races, ages. Everybody was cool, man. And that was one thing I'll say. Everybody got along. We were all kind of a community down there. Black people, Hispanic people, rednecks, buddy. I mean, seriously, man. It was all across the board. And I just know, like, you would walk in or come home from work or a Saturday night, there would be, like, some guys out here just bump some gangster rap, Everybody's cool, man. Ain't nobody messing with nobody. Everybody's having fun. And then, a week later, man, the rednecks be out here doing donuts in the parking lot. That happened, brother. What I just said, that kind of stuff would happen. And I'm just like, welcome to Gastonia, man. But there was never... The closest...
It's just a Walmart.
it was... Gastonia's Walmart.
Yeah.
It's like just a town of Walmart. And I think the worst thing ever... Well, not worst thing, but probably the strangest thing that ever happened. Saw a guy laying in the middle of the parking lot. It was in the middle of winter, didn't have no shirt on. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, darn it.
There he goes.
There we go.
There he
All
goes.
right, we're still doing the Cussin For The Kids campaign. Let me pull out my dollar.
One in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to go ahead and keep them out.
Yeah.
Let me just go ahead and put a few out here.
Oh, man.
Just,
Dang, son.
Oh, I get once
Stacks.
now. All the people at the bank think I'm going to the strip club.
See, okay. All right. Let me talk about that for a second. Okay. I'm sure there's still a thing.
Right.
As far as the $1 bills.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as I know now, it's $2 bills.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they still printed $2 bills.
All right. So my better half.
Hey, don't let me forget to tell the story about the guy with no shirt on.
Okay.
Well, let me finish this real quick, man, because it's really quick, and I'll be done with it. Guy with no shirt. I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, maybe I need to go and call the cops or something. I thought maybe he was. Honest to God, I thought he might be dead because it's cold as hell outside.
Right.
And he's no shirt on. So I go back in, I just look outside. And I'm like, oh my God. So I get ready. I put, I was just getting up. I just had my underwear on, so I get ready. I dress up. And this lady's walking back from. So in the time I went to go get dressed and I was walking outside to check on him, she was coming back. I'm like, hey, do I need to call the cops? What's going on? And I'm not going to say all the language because I won't put all the dollars in. She was like, no, F that MF, he's just drunk or something like that. And, so I had to get up and like drive around him to get to work, But that was my life in Gastonia.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm just going to drive around you here. But yeah, Gastonia was an experience. But brother, $2 bills. $2 bills. Okay. And strippers.
So, yeah. So apparently the $2 bill is big in like the stripping industry.
Right.
Now, just because, okay, you can definitely get more on a $2 bill.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's easy enough.
And most people ain't going to throw a 5 on you.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it depends on what strip club you're in.
Yeah.
Leather Lace Gastonia. Quarters.
I've never been there.
Oh, boy. Broy, howdy. I spent my 21st birthday in that place, brother.
Yeah. You sneaked through that place, too.
Brother, it was just hard finding a stripper without bullet wounds.
Oh, my God. That's a whole nother thing.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, stab wounds and bullet holes.
Oh, boy. Broy.
Oh, shoot.
Fun night, man. Fun night. I will say that, man. Yeah, so anyway, $2 bills.
My better half. She works at a bank. So she comes, she gets the $2 bills in there. Well, she's fascinated by these things. Of course, she doesn't know about the, significance of those.
Right.
So she sends me a picture yesterday. She picked up like 8 of them. And she changed out dollar bills for these $2 bills. So she sends me a picture of my daughter in the living room at the table.
And your daughter's 5?
Yeah.
Right.
With these $2 bills spread out on the table. I'm like, what is that?
Don't do that.
She's like, oh, just got $2 bills. Like, them stripper bills.
That's stripper money.
Them stripper bills. And before I knew it, I'm on Facebook. There's a picture of it.
Wonderful.
I was like, oh, God.
Damn it. It's like, I understand the intent.
And the innocence of it.
Sure, but damn it. Mike, you were talking about...
I was dead.
Done.
Dead.
Well, Mike, we were talking about that the other day, and I was telling you, I didn't even know they still made $2 bills. I thought that they had stopped printing those like years ago.
Yeah. I
still have a couple from back in the day that I saved and put up. But, I mean, it makes sense economically speaking for the strippers. I mean, I see it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think 5's a little much to just, tip. But, I mean, inflation's going up. I mean, strippers got to eat, you know. Or support their habits.
I mean, because well, look, you look at the cost of living. I mean,
it's going up, brother.
How long has the dollar bill been a thing for strippers?
I mean, as long as I was going to strip clubs, man.
Even before.
Oh yeah, and I just want to put out there, dude. I was never into the strip club thing, man. I think I've been to 4 my whole life, and 2 of those were bachelor parties.
All right.
One was my birthday party. One we were down at the beach. 2 were down at the beach.
All right.
And, you kind of at the beach, you do, you kind of do little different things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Actually, I was at one more at the beach down in Florida, but I went for the lunch crowd. Whew. Yeah.
A lot different.
A little different during the lunch hours than during your prime hours. Right. Yeah. That was just never my scene, man. I was like, I don't know. I was just never into the whole strip club thing. Everybody, a lot of, especially like feminists and stuff like that will say, well, it's really degrading to the women. It's really, objectifying the women. But, dude, I look at it on the opposite, dude. I think it's the men who get objectified and exploited.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
Sure.
I mean, they truly do kind of hone in on that loneliness. And, and I was just like, man, I just don't want to be that mark, because that's all it is, dude.
I'm not about throwing my money away.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's
for
just
no return.
For nothing. I
mean,
mean,
I'm not looking for a return.
I'm not either, no.
But if I'm putting my money into something, I want it to...
It's an investment.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, don't get me wrong, brother. I love looking at naked women. I mean, I do that on the internet, and I mean, I pay a monthly charge, and I can look up naked women, and I can also go on Facebook. So, hey, man, it's a win-win.
Yeah. Well, it's like this, say I'm here at the game store, and somebody comes in with games, just to show me, and I throw a $1 bill at them, just so I can see the games.
See the game, yeah.
I don't get the games.
Yeah.
I don't get to play the games.
It's like looking at the title screen or something.
Yeah.
Hey, check out the title screen. Give me $1.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Well, can I play?
Yeah. No.
Shit.
Oh, here's another $1.
Well, now some strip clubs, if you have enough,
that's true.
You can't play.
That's true.
I mean, just
that's true.
Once again, not my scene, brother. No. Not my scene. But hey, God bless them, brother. I mean, God, I wish them all the best. I mean, I've had friends that were strippers. I mean, legit friends that have stripped, and I mean, I definitely don't judge them. Hell, if anything, dude, they got it figured out.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, like I said, dude, I've always looked at it the opposite. I think that they really do exploit men. They look for the marks.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when we went to that strip.
But I mean, like with that. I mean, but like I was saying, it hasn't changed from the $1 bill.
Right. Going back to that. Right. Yeah, dude. I mean, for generations.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes, and eventually it would be fives.
Yeah.
Eventually, I predict here probably within the next 5 or so years, fives are going to be your main, because inflection's going up. Dude, I actually had to look up, I'm not going to go into any details, but I did want to see what the price of something was back in 1990.
Yeah.
Compared to today, there was something to do, legal stuff, this and that. I was just kind of wanting to see. It's almost doubled since 1990, man, the spending power of the dollar.
For sure.
So that just goes to show you right there, man.
You look at gas.
Hey, man.
Alone.
That's a great indicator.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That is a great indicator. But Mike, maybe we ought to switch off talking about strippers, even though I could all day.
Solid subject.
Very, very solid, man. And maybe we can move into our, favorite subject, which is obviously professional wrestling.
Yeah.
This week, once again, another great week of pro wrestling. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, it is. It's stacked.
Dude, I mean, you have options again.
Yeah.
I can't.
And it's kind of hard to keep up with.
It really is, Mike. I'm not a WWE fan. I make that clear a lot.
Abundantly clear. I know, and I'm sure people that out there listening are like, okay, dude, we get it. But, man, it was just such a bad time to be a wrestling fan when they were really, truly the only show in town. And now we have AEW and we have NWA. And I think TNA, is TNA still, or Impact now? They're Impact now. Is that still on? That's still a thing. It's on Twitch.
Oh.
But it's on.
I mean, it's wrestling.
But it's on.
Yeah. Well, and that's
which is a weird thing, because over here it's on Twitch, and
right.
I think another channel, some weird channel.
Yeah, that's
It's like Premiere or something like that.
Yeah.
But like in the UK, it's on Spike TV.
Right, but it's not on Spike here.
No,
it's weird. It's on one of them lower tiers. It's like it's on the $5 cable.
Right. Yeah.
Cable package. Well, for $5 you get TNA. Well, I'll give you $5 not to get TNA. Once again,
Destination America.
That's it.
I think Destination America. They lost Destination America.
Yeah.
Which is tough, because I've seen the shows on it.
I mean, it's like Hunting with Bob and stuff.
It's like Mountain Monsters.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that show, it's just like a bunch of hillbillies running around with guns chasing like Bigfoots and stuff like that.
Which actually sounds 100% more entertaining than TNA.
It's hilarious.
It actually sounds kind of cool.
It's hilarious and it's stupid.
TNA. I mean,
Then you've got the oh God, what was the show? The Brothers Ghost Hunting. I think that's what it's called. It's oh my God, I'd have to see this. It's funny too. It's just these two brothers. They're hood, straight hood, and they're going out and doing these ghost investigations.
That sounds
It's
interesting.
dumb as shit.
Damn.
There it went. There it went.
Yeah, man. Like I said, dude, we may just start taking a tally.
Hey, man, can I borrow a dollar?
Yes, sir, brother. I thought I
Can I
had.
borrow those ones?
Dude, I had to cash a check in the bank for $12 yesterday, so give me all ones.
Yeah.
Just I'm already like, I know it, man. But it is going to a good cause.
Yeah.
But no, dude, that show sounds very interesting.
No.
I may actually check it. Really? Really? Does it sound cooler than it is?
It is.
Oh, man. But, you know, the thing that sucks about TNA, for one, dude, they've tried to rebrand it Impact.
Yeah.
But how do you do that after it was TNA for like, what, 15 years?
Yeah.
Something like crazy like that. And it's just, they got great talent over there, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't watch it, dude,
sure.
but I do know some of the people that's over there, and I read the results, and I do keep up with the backstage news.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, man. They just try to be too much like WWE. At least they were trying to be too much like WWE back when I watched them.
Right.
Once again, dude, not being a WWE fan didn't really give me a lot of options.
Yeah.
But, you know, AEW was great this week.
Yes, it was.
Phenomenal.
That was a great show. I tell you, and like I said, I was talking to somebody else. I think you were here at that time. Marco Stunt.
Yes, sir.
I am just a huge fan of this kid.
I was going to bring it up because it's been a little, believe it or not, Jim Cornette had a little bit to say about it. Did you hear what?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to actually go through and listen to the whole thing, but he is crapping all over.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All over Marco
Yeah,
Stunt.
for sure. I love the kid, man. I just love. And I say kid. He's probably in, what, 20s.
He's in his 20s,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But
But he's a little dude, man.
Yeah, man. He does. He looks like he's 15.
Yeah.
But I mean, the stuff he does, he has no fear. Talk about
No fear, brother.
narrow para. You know, no fear.
No fear. You
and
know,
against the Lucha Brothers. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge.
well, you know, one of the biggest.
And they didn't take it light on him.
No,
either, son.
that's exactly what I was about to say, man. Because a lot of the criticism has been like, "Well, how's he so small, being able to get in the ring with these big guys?" Because I've been reading some other people, you know, really kind of crapping on it.
Mhm.
But the thing is, dude, they worked it well. I mean, they threw him around like a rag doll.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. You know, he took the heat on it
Absolutely,
for sure.
and it made sense for him to take the heat.
Yeah.
And you know, Mike, I think you may be a little bit more of a fan than I am of the man. And I'm not saying I'm not. I'm not saying that. But, you know, dude, I've always been a visual guy as far as wrestling.
Yeah.
It is a very visual
for sure.
entertainment,
Yeah.
you know. And, you know, that's like I've always liked, excuse me, I've always liked the bigger guys. I've always liked, and if you're not the big guy, then I like the aerial type moves.
Right.
I do like a little of the flippy dippy stuff, you know, from time to time. If it's done right with the right psychology, I think it can work, which I think the Young Bucks do very well at that.
Yeah.
And Marco Stunt, brother, I've always kind of been on the fence with him. I'm like, damn, he does almost look a little bit too small.
Mm-hmm.
But, brother, after I watched that tag match,
Damn.
I got a lot of respect for him. Like I said, dude, he took all the heat. He took all the hits. They threw him around like a rag doll, brother.
Yeah. That spot with the hair.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
damn.
That was awesome,
I was
dude.
just like, my God, you know.
Eh.
But yeah, I mean, he's the ultimate underdog.
Yes.
For sure. And, you know, size comparison, you look at his size compared to the AEW guys, you know, compare it to what Rey Mysterio looks like to, you know, the WWE roster.
You're right, like to a Seth Rollins or something,
Right.
you know. Yeah, dude, and I've always been a big fan that if you work it right, I think you can get anybody over
Mhm.
if you work it right.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me now. If he was over here like hitting them, like giving them punches, and the Lucha Brothers were selling them, I would be like, okay, come on now. But that wasn't the case.
No.
I mean, you know, dude, I was.
He would have to hit the big stunt moves for it to get over on him.
He'd have to use his quickness. Hell, man, you can use your size to your advantage because, hey, if they can't grab you, then they can't hurt you.
That's right.
And the psychology is if they do grab you, which they did,
Mm-hmm.
then they can get all that
Oh,
heat.
yeah.
And, and, you know, Jungle Boy's another one I'm a fan of, dude.
Yes.
You know, the great thing about Jungle Boy is he's talented, he loves it, and he never tried to use his father's
That's true.
celebrity.
That's right.
I mean, he came out.
He could have used his
Yes, sir.
used his name straight off the bat.
He could have, and he didn't.
Yep.
And I didn't even know that was
And I
him.
love that gimmick.
I do too.
Right.
And him and with Luchasaurus in that faction,
Yeah.
it may truly be my favorite faction,
Yeah.
at least in today's standard,
Yeah.
you know, today's times.
Yeah.
But I was reading some of the controversy, I was reading some of the criticisms, and, you know, after watching the match, I'm like, because when I read all that stuff before I watched the match.
Right.
And I'm like, well, let's see, because I thought, well, hey, he's going to go up here toe-to-toe, and they're going to try to sell it. And I'm like, that's going to be,
Right.
you know, it's going to be a little hokey. But no,
Yeah.
man, it wasn't like that at
I
all.
don't think so.
I'm a fan of the guy. Like I say, you might be a little bit more of a fan than I am, but
sure.
he got my respect, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, about the only person...
When he does the Fortnite dance, that's what it gets me every time.
Once again, man, they know how to incorporate enough humor to make it funny and entertaining without being hokey and forced.
Right.
Which I think is, you know, and I'm not just here to crap all over WWE, man. I swear, if you people out there listening, I'm not just here for that reason. But I think that's where WWE differs, is they do try to force it, and they do try to make it.
Well, let me run this down, because I was doing a comparison, and you know what? I'm going to compare Raw and AEW Dynamite.
Okay.
All right. So you're looking at a 3-hour show on Raw.
Right.
Okay. You got start out with Becky and Charlotte again.
Right.
Because Sasha has the injury.
Again.
Right.
Dude, one of the funniest, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man, but one of the funniest comments I read when Sasha came back to WWE, somebody said, I guess her insurance premiums just went up. Only thing I didn't like about that comment is I didn't think of it.
Right,
I was like, that's golden, brother. That's golden.
Oh, listen. Right after that, you go to that stupid draft. Stupid.
Dumb, man. That
is dumb.
Another reason I don't watch, man.
Yeah.
But
one of the highlights of the Raw was Andrade.
When it went off?
Yeah. Andrade versus Ali. That was a good match.
Right. Two young talents, man.
I'm glad Raw got Andrade.
Right. And you know, Mike, I've always said WWE does, in my opinion, has the best wrestlers in the world, man.
Is
they really do.
This dude, I mean, he is incredible.
Yeah.
I love watching him. I love watching him work. He's a great heel. Great worker. And I know you mad at him because you're dating Charlotte, but
I can't win them all, brother. I've decided to no longer be a hater-tater.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a congratulator, not a hater-tater.
And a commentator.
Hey, man. Damn it, man.
So after that great match, we got stupid draft again.
Dumb.
And stupid's SNL spot.
Once again, man, trying to put that hokey comedy in. I didn't even see it, so I don't want to talk too harshly, but I know it's stupid. I know it is.
Yeah.
I don't have to see it to know it's dumb.
Yeah. So after that, you got the Viking Raiders, who won the tag titles from Dolph and Robert Roode.
Right.
Okay. It was a good match.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I actually do kind of like that gimmick, to be honest with you. I do like the Viking thing.
Yeah, those guys are over.
Yeah.
Let's see. And after that, stupid draft.
Dumb.
Stupid draft.
Dumb.
Let's see. After that, Aleister Black over Eric Young.
I'm a fan of both.
Solid. I mean, it's a solid, almost squash.
Right. Oh, for on Eric Young, which I was always a fan of him.
I am too.
Yeah, I thought he was great. Dude, there was. I know we crap on TNA a lot, but brother, there was a time.
Yeah.
Where TNA had a great product, man. We used to buy those weekly pay-per-views, $10 a pop, man. We were spending $40 a month.
Yep.
And brother, I won't even spend $10 on WWE.
I know.
Anyway.
I know.
Yeah. So TNA did for a moment in time had something, but
then guess what's after that?
Dumb.
Stupid draft.
Dumb.
Okay. Then you've got Ricochet against Shelton Benjamin. This was a great match.
How could that not? Once again, man, they have.
I don't know why they don't do more with Shelton Benjamin.
Dude, they should have done more with Shelton Benjamin 10 years ago. They never pushed him, and he should have been pushed. He's phenomenal bell to bell, man.
To the moon.
And Ricochet is freaking ridiculous, dude.
Ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Guess what we got after that?
Dumb.
Not a stupid draft, but a stupid contract signing.
Dumb.
Braun Strowman and was it Tyson Fury?
Right. Oh, the boxer.
Stupid. Yeah. Stupid.
Dude, I didn't even watch it.
Stupid and awkward.
Really? Did it take the air out of the room? Kind of one of those numbers. WWE has
the personality and the. Oh yeah.
They have a talent for it, brother.
Yeah. Oh, guess what's after that though?
Dumb.
Stupid draft.
Dumb.
Okay. Now, next, Buddy Murphy against Cedric Alexander.
As my friends down in Rock Hill say on This Is Work, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy. That's a shout out to those guys.
Great match.
Obviously. Once again, great talent, man.
They should be pushing Cedric further.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they're definitely high on Buddy Murphy right now for sure.
He is a phenomenal worker, brother. I've watched his matches. He's really good.
Hey, guess what? After that,
dumb.
Stupid draft.
Dumb.
Okay. Now we get a tag match. Tag champs, the Kabuki Warriors.
Okay.
Who we got in that draft, or I got them.
Right.
Against Natalya and Lacey Evans.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind.
That sounds good on paper.
Natalya, she said she was going to have a mystery partner.
Right.
Which wound up being Lacey Evans.
Right.
The week before on the show, these two just had a Falls Count Anywhere Last Woman Standing.
Okay.
Not Falls Count Anywhere. It was the Last Woman Standing.
Right.
Hardcore match, whatever.
Yeah.
And, of course, they beat the hell out of each other.
Right.
One for the...
hell we can say hell.
Okay.
Yeah, hell, I think hell, damn, and ass are cool.
Okay.
How about asshole?
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I'm going to go and put $1 in for that one. I was wondering about that through the week because there's some people I would like to call that. So I'm going to go ahead and put $1.
You can talk about a whole ass, but you can't talk about
Yep.
There you go. But
St. Jude's is getting paid this month.
That's right, baby. But yeah, just from that, I mean, literally, just killing each other last week to tagging, like they've been tagging together forever.
My best friend here,
It was a weird thing.
But it is a surprise, Mike. I will say that.
It's a big surprise.
It is. Maybe they can do the whole mutual respect thing now.
It was
maybe.
no surprise it wasn't good.
You mean a match with Asuka sucked, really?
Hey, listen. Come on
now.
Dude,
come on.
I'm not. No. Those two, I put, no.
Dude, okay. In all fairness, Mike, my experience with Asuka has been very, very limited. I've only watched a handful of matches, but man, the ones I've watched have been straight dog food, man.
Look who she has to...
Well, that's true, but then again, now, the first match I ever watched with Asuka was her and Becky Lynch at Royal Rumble.
Right.
Brother, right off the bat, I'm like, she sucks,
yeah,
man.
but Becky Lynch.
Well, there you go.
Becky Lynch.
Dumpster fire.
If y'all don't know, I mean, I'm not big on Becky Lynch.
Well, I mean, why not, Mike? I mean, she's such a great worker that's, got such a great personality. Wait a minute. Is this ain't opposite day, is it?
Okay.
I thought it was opposite day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, she sucks, dude. Yeah.
I don't.
You actually kind of compared her to a dumpster fire.
Was it?
But the thing is, Mike, about dumpster fires is they actually do serve a purpose. Man.
Well,
I mean, we use them to get rid of the trash. I mean, no,
true.
dude, I'm not as down. I'm joking, really, man. I'm being kind of overly critical there. I think Becky's okay. I definitely don't think she is as over as. I don't think she probably should be as over as she is. But there is an organic quality to her with the fans. I will say that, Mike. You can't deny it, brother. The fans took to her. It wasn't a push. It wasn't written like that. But
I think they're throwing her back right now.
Yeah, her 15 minutes is almost up.
Yeah.
But I've been noticing that too. Her popularity does seem to be dwindling. You do see a lot more criticisms online, but I do like that it's almost like the Daniel Bryan situation. The fans just kind of... Dolph Ziggler's another one that comes to mind, man. They just kind of gravitated toward her. I don't think her work rate's that great, though, Mike. I really don't. I don't think she's terrible, but I don't think she is as over as a lot of people put her.
Yeah.
And her personality's kind of dry to me, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's just like...
Yeah.
I don't get it. But once again, I know you are, like, very down on her, and I'm just like, meh. Yeah.
So guess what we got after that?
Dumb.
No. Well, kind of. Well,
who won that match, man, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Kabuki Warriors.
Okay.
Straight.
Yeah. Really? That's cool. Okay.
Let's see. Firefly Funhouse. Firefly Funhouse. Firefly. Can't do it.
You can get your $1 back if you can say it 5 times in a row.
Tough. Firefly Funhouse. See, can't do it.
Done. Firefly Flun.
There it is.
We've just
doesn't roll off the tongue.
You can tell on our analytics on Facebook or on YouTube where we just lost viewers right there.
There you go.
Straight drop.
Down spike.
Brother.
No, okay. Seth Rollins goes in and burns it down.
Okay.
Not literally, he burns the whole set down.
He literally burns like with fire?
Yeah.
Well, that don't sound too bad, Mike. I didn't watch it. That sounds kind of cool to me, really.
But it was actually one of the better segments of this show.
Well, obviously, I mean, the rest of it's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, but no, the Firefly, the Funhouse.
Yes, there we go.
Has been consistently one of the better segments, one of the more watched segments weekly on that show. I see
what you're saying. I get you now.
Right.
Okay. The ding, ding, ding. The bell just went off. So they just burned down the most popular segment, best segment of the show. Well, they'll bring it back.
Sure.
But
maybe.
Maybe not. We are talking WWE here. Mike, did I ever tell you, and I don't want to interrupt you with what we're doing, but just...
When they burned down Paul Bear's house, they didn't bring it back.
They didn't bring it back? But that was actually pretty cool, though. I mean, that was awesome, man. You know, Mike, just to take a quick detour. About 10 years ago, I worked at a place, and it was a lot of I don't know, technical, I guess, broadcasting type people, stuff like that. And I actually got a job option, not a job option, but a what you call it, man, job description. What somebody was hiring, man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, yeah.
And it was WWE,
and
they were hiring writers. And a friend of mine who would follow that stuff, he was always putting out, resumes and applications for jobs like that in Hollywood and New York and stuff like that. He's like, hey, I know you used to book wrestling. Check this out. And obviously, I was, nowhere near qualified. But it did have on there, one of the requirements was to have worked in soap operas. Honest to God, man, it said it in the job description.
Wow.
And that was around about the time that it started going downhill, brother. It really was. WCW was gone at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it had been gone. And that was actually one of the prereqs, was working in, so, and it literally did say that in the job. But I thought it was kind of cool to actually even see it, because he was like, hey, man, this is something you'd be interested in. And he forwarded it on to me, and I was like, well, I've never worked in soap operas, man, but that just ought to give you an indication.
Not entirely true.
What do you mean?
I don't know if it would count it or not.
What, the Millennium?
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, that was soap opera too.
Well, yeah, behind the scenes.
Kind of counts.
People think that there's drama in the ring.
You worked in another industry.
What, the adult?
Yeah.
Well, that's where I got that from. That's where I was working.
Yeah.
I was working in I worked in the adult entertainment industry for a little while. Yeah, yeah. But I was on the technical side. I never did any, I didn't want to work for WWE.
Didn't you produce some of that stuff?
No. I did not really, man. I was just more or less. I did more of the descriptions and making sure that the actors and models would link up with the movies. I was way more on the technical side. I had very little creative input, man. Never did any producing or anything like that.
You can embellish that.
Oh, I mean, you definitely pad the resume.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. But I wasn't.
I think you could have.
Dude,
you may have saved wrestling.
My luck, they'd have hired me. You think I'm bitter and jaded now, brother? Oh my God, man. Yeah, it's just kind of funny how we're talking about, because me and Mikey have both we quote unquote had the pen, as they say in the world of professional wrestling. Booked it, kind of ran the thing. Everybody thinks all the drama and excitement's in the ring, but brother, just like I know, 90% of the drama and excitement was on the Wednesday night at 8 o'clock when people are calling you on the phone, bitching about, everything. It's like, Jesus, man. But it was good times, though, man. I don't want anybody thinking I didn't enjoy that period of life. It was amazing, but it had its ups and downs, brother. It definitely
like
did.
With everything else.
Yeah, man, brother. As with life.
Okay, so you got a 3-hour show with 6 matches.
Right.
Some decent, some better
than
others. All right. Let's look at
good talent, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, really good talent.
Let's look at AEW show, Dynamite.
Right.
First thing out the bat, we got the tag team tournament.
Jeez, man.
SCU versus Best Friends.
Right.
Both great.
Both great, man. Both are over.
Absolutely.
Both had their family. I love both those teams.
Both great matches. The finish on it was hurtful.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a big finish, but it was kind of
little let
botched.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was a great match.
And Christopher Daniels actually got hurt.
Yeah.
That's legit. I mean, he got a stinger, and he's going to be out for a little while.
Yeah. That was a tough, it was like a cradle pile driver.
Yeah.
And right on that ramp, I saw it. The top of his head hit that. And I was like, "Oh my God, that's not good."
And I know we put Christopher Daniels
at that age.
I was just about to say, I know we put him over because man, to be his age and to go like, because he's what, 45, something like that.
I want to say he's probably about
pushing
50.
Pushing 50. I don't think he's quite 50 yet. But I mean, dude, to be in the shape that he's in.
Oh yeah.
And to be able to take the moves. I mean, dude, he works like a 20-year-old. I mean,
yeah.
Even if he's in his 40s, brother. I mean, he's
fantastic.
Phenomenal, man. But it's really, disappointing and really bad that he got hurt. But he's fine. SC, that whole faction's awesome. Best friends are awesome. You know, I mean, I love the first time I even heard that name. I'm like, that's great. The best friends.
Yeah.
I mean, you
best friends. Oh yeah.
You can get that over in so many ways. And great. It was a good match. The ending was a little
right.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good match.
Another tag match. This is going to be a tag heavy show for sure. Yeah. Santana and Ortiz.
Yes, sir. Formerly LAX.
Right. And part of the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho's Inner Circle, against John Silver and Alex Reynolds.
Which was
basically a squash.
It was a squash match, but it was a good squash match.
It was a good squash. These dudes, I'm telling you.
Phenomenal, brother. Yeah. I did like them in Impact TNA because I was a fan. I love their intro back then. I thought they really had it. And, they actually had Shelly, God, what was her name? They had Shelly, was it Martinez maybe?
Uh-huh.
She used to be the vampire in the WWE ECW hybrid show. She used to come out with them. She was Hispanic as well.
Yeah.
Brother, you need to look her up, man.
Yeah.
She was something else. But I love that whole entourage. Homicide was with them at one point, I believe, which we'll talk about him in a little bit. He comes up a little bit later on in the show. Not this show, but another show.
Right.
And, man, this was a solid squash match. I mean, they put these other guys over. That finishing hold, that finishing move they did, that, like, over the top back neck breaker off the top rope, power bomb combination.
Yeah.
That was sweet, bro.
Yeah.
That was a great move.
Yeah.
It looked good. It was executed good. Great match, man.
Yeah, it was.
It was great. And I like to see the squashes coming back. I like those enhancement matches.
I do, too.
Yeah, man. I like to see the guys be able to spotlight themselves to help build up for later on, you know.
Right. Next match, women's title, Rio. Defending against Dr. Britt Baker, MD.
Yes.
We had some thoughts about this.
Yeah. This was probably one of the first women's matches in AEW that I wasn't completely in love with.
Tuned in.
Yeah.
I love Rio.
I'm a huge fan of Rio.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to our colleagues once again to put over this word. David Hayes is not a fan of Rio, brother.
That's crazy.
We had a little debate on it. We got to get him back. We're obviously.
I love that underdog, though. She's that underdog, too.
And she's high flying, brother. She puts it over.
Yeah.
I think she puts it over very well.
Yeah.
We're going to bring David back into the podcast, or into the PUD cave. We want to get his. We just not going to crap all over him.
Yeah, we're going to put him on the coals.
Yes. We're going to. What do you mean by this, David Hayes? But
you're stupid.
Yeah. But we want him to come in and tell us how we're stupid.
Yeah.
It's like.
And he will.
Oh, boy, howdy. But we were actually kind of going on about that the other day. I'm like, man, how can you not put over Rio? He's like, dude, I just think she's sloppy. And I'm like, dude, I don't think she's sloppy. I think this match was sloppy.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Brett, I'm a fan, man. I do like her. And I've been really impressed with her work.
He more likes her.
Okay, man. Yes, she's beautiful, bro. I can't help it, man. I can't help it, dude. When I see her, I'm like, oh my God, yes. I mean, I'd go to her to put my feelings in any time, brother. She would give me feelings and make me catch feelings, bro.
Yeah.
You like that? Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, man.
But Rio won.
Right.
Obviously, with that, no title change.
Right.
It was a decent match.
It wasn't terrible, man. It was not a terrible match.
But yeah, I like Rio.
Rio's awesome.
Yeah.
There's something about her.
That big struggle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, this is good.
It's
good stuff.
And she, man, obviously she's a little cutie too. I mean, it does, man. I mean, it kind of adds to that.
Yeah.
And she almost looks like a living anime character.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just think that's cool, man. I like the gimmick. I like that underdog. Man, I think she works it psychologically well. Using her speed and her agility and even her small stature, kind of like with Marco Stunt, to her advantage.
Exactly.
And I think that's cool. But like I said, man, I will give David his props on that. He's definitely got a good opinion. He made some good points.
Yeah.
But you know, man, I did disagree with him on that. I think I think the match itself could have been better.
Yeah,
I do. But all in all, man, probably my least favorite women's match in AEW to this time. I think I can say that. You know.
Going to the next tag team tournament match, Jurassic Express, Marco Stunt,
yes sir,
and Jungle Boy versus the Lucha Brothers.
You know, we talked about it earlier, Mike. First of all, Luchasaurus was hurt.
Yes.
He was supposed to be in there with Jungle Boy. I am a huge Luchasaurus fan, brother.
Yeah.
I can't really say his name that well, but, you know, I'm a fan. Yeah. I sure as hell can't spell it, brother.
Right.
But, yeah, man, I'm a fan. And I liked the match. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it
was great.
Yeah, I thought they put it over.
I was with it the whole time.
Me too.
I was like, my God. And I didn't know. I really just didn't know.
Right.
And you know, I mean, you know, a lot of fans out there, and myself included, you kind of get that feeling, you know how this is going to go. I wasn't for sure how this was going to go. And,
you know, Mike, I'm going to kind of take that point you just said. With AEW, brother, I've kind of been like that across the board. And I'll give you an example. When Private Party beat the Young Bucks, I was shocked. I figured Young Bucks would at least go to the semifinals.
Right.
You know, I thought they would at least
that
push
part
them.
I did kind of feel like the Bucks wouldn't take that easy.
Really?
You know, the easy, like, okay. This
push.
Yeah, right.
I thought they would at least get through the first round. Right. I was legitimately shocked when Private Party won. Once again,
Private Party's going to be huge.
Dude, they can be the next big thing in wrestling. They can redefine tag team wrestling. And I love tag team wrestling, dude. I've always been a huge tag team wrestling fan. And AEW, brother.
Those are real tag teams.
Yeah.
Real tag teams.
Yeah, they're not just two people put together. Nope. I mean, these are legit teams, and they put it over well.
That tag team wrestle.
Yes. Man, who knew?
Who knew you
could still do that?
Yeah. The Revival tried to.
They tried, man. Well, every time okay, dude, we're going to crap on WWE. Let's just say it, man.
Yeah.
I always want to keep saying we're not trying to do that. No, we're not trying, man. We have no choice.
Yeah.
I don't want to crap on WWE, but my God, here we are.
Yep.
And I mean, dude, they even got rid of the tag belts at one point. And then they brought back them Maypop belts. And I don't care what anybody says, man. Those are some Maypop belts, brother.
And penny belts.
Penny belts, man. Dude, I made cooler looking belts when I was a kid out of cardboard. That's a shoot, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said, man, your belt defines your company.
Yeah.
And we've already seen AEW's belt versus the WWE's toy belt.
Yeah.
You know, anyway.
Have you seen the tag belts yet?
Yeah.
I have not.
I think
for some reason I'm drawing a blank on what they look like.
They're not quite as beautiful as that world belt. I will say that it is a little bit of a downgrade, but I mean they're traditional looking belts, man. Yeah, I think they look good. I mean, like I said, they're not. It was a little bit of a letdown after seeing that belt once again. And I like the women's belt as well. I think the women's belt's beautiful. Well, we don't have. We're actually trying to look up a picture of them here. Mike's wanting to check them out. We don't have any internet, so Apple Day might have shut her down, buddy. But not.
I don't think I switched over that one when I switched over to Spectrum.
I bet that's what it is. Yeah, but no, I got to say, dude, their tag division is. It's on fire, brother. I mean, their women's. Every division they have is on fire. And yes, man, I'm an AEW fanboy. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, I want them to. I really, really do want them to make it because I do like that option, man. And I'm not one of these people who want to see WWE go out of business because obviously it'll, never happen. But yeah, man. So what you doing over here, Mike?
I'm trying to find these tag belts.
There they are. Is that them right there?
Which ones?
I don't know. Hey, everybody home listening. We're just looking on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, there's pictures of, I think Silent Bob and Jay have them. Man, maybe try looking that up. And while you do that, there it is right there. The second.
This one?
Yeah, go down one.
Those are old.
No, down.
Oh, I was about to say, those are old WCW titles.
Our analytics just dropped again.
Exactly. Which one?
Right there, man. The second one down on the left, all the way to the left, second one down. The one in the middle. Oh, no, you got the other side.
This one?
No, keep going. Keep going. One more. All the way to the left.
That
left.
one?
Yes.
No, is it really?
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah. Like I say, it's a little like
Is that
luster.
the one with them?
I don't know. But anyway, man, let's keep this audio only podcast going. People can't see them. Yeah.
If you're at home, look it up.
Look it up.
Google that thing.
Google that.
Yeah.
But nah, dude, it's not the best looking belt. I will agree with that, especially compared to the other belt. But still, dude, the division
I would
itself.
say, I don't know about those.
But the division itself, brother, is really good.
Maybe I don't know. It just kind of looks weird.
It does
compared to
the world belt.
That, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I will absolutely give you that, man.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So let's move on, bro.
But yeah, Lucha Brothers over in that match.
Yeah.
It was a great match. I just can't say enough about Lucha Brothers.
Brother.
Man, dude, they're
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's going to be them and Private Party in the finals.
Yeah.
And I hope it is, because I want to see these guys work.
For sure.
And I don't know what the bracket's like, but I don't think they're wrestling semifinals. I don't think. I'm not 100%. But either way,
sure on that. Yeah.
Either way, I'm sure we're going to see these teams meet. And brother, that's going to be fire.
Yeah.
That's going to be absolute fire.
Yeah.
So what else we got here, Mike?
Pac and John Moxley against Hangman Page and Kenny Omega.
Dude, I can't speak enough of all of these guys, dude.
Holy crap.
I'm a huge Adam Page fan.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hangman Page is he's it.
He's it, brother.
Yeah, he's it.
He's got it, and he is it. John, you know how
Kenny Omega's always had it.
Always, man. Always. I wasn't the biggest Kenny Omega fan before AEW, but brother, Broy Howdy is that change because he's phenomenal, dude. I love John Moxley.
Moxley's just he's coming to his own.
Yes.
He's out from under that bad creative.
Yes.
And he's awesome. He's a badass.
Yeah. He actually reminded me a little Stone Cold, you know. Almost a little too much like Stone Cold, because he gigged him and then he did the gut punch and DDT. It felt a little Stone Coldish. Is that a word?
I mean, you're looking at 20 years removed.
That's true. Well, that's true too. And he's doing it his way.
But it's not like they're trying to do a Kevin Owens over there, trying to make Kevin Owens the Stone Cold.
He's even doing the stunner. I mean, yeah, good point, brother. No, Moxley's definitely his own person, and he's definitely coming in his own gimmick. And I mean, let's face it, man, that Stone Cold attitude is not just for Stone Cold. No. I mean, that's across the board, man. That's like saying just because you put on a suit and tie, you're trying to be Ric Flair or something. It's
exactly.
Like, no, man. I mean, that's I mean, that's across the board.
And Pac's just
phenomenal. I use that word a lot in AEW.
He's just mean, rugged, and just
talented, brother. And I mean,
another guy who's out from under that creative,
yes, sir.
Where he was not wearing a cape anymore, not a superhero.
He could shine.
Yeah,
he could actually come out and shine, brother. And like I said, dude, this match was great. I love the finish. I like how they set up that, Pac takes away the bat, and he's like, he doesn't want to get disqualified. Once again, Mike, it had psychology.
Yeah.
The wins and losses matter.
That's right.
And it made sense, dude. And it puts everybody over. And it set up a great match for next week with Moxley and Pac.
Yep.
So what else we got here, brother?
Okay, and AEW title match.
Philadelphia Street Fight.
Boom. Chris Jericho, Painmaker,
right,
against Darby Allin. I'm big on Darby Allin right now.
Man. I'm a fan. I am a fan.
What do you say? This dude, I mean, the spots that they did with, like, the duct taping.
The duct tape, the hands. I've never seen that.
Duct taping the back of the hands. I've seen, handcuffs.
Well, handcuffs. I've seen it with handcuffs,
obviously. But I've never seen anybody work without that.
Right. Usually when the handcuffs came out, the match was over.
Yeah.
Dude, that was only like 3/4 of the match.
Right.
And he finished out like that.
Yeah.
Dude, you kept thinking, maybe. But, dude, once again, it shows that if you do the right psychology and you have the right writing and the right creative, you can still have somebody lose, submit even, and still come out better than they come in. Darby Allin went into that match, he was known. People kind of started hearing him. He came out of that match a star.
Yeah.
He came out a star,
brother. For sure.
I mean, and I love how he comes to the ring on a skateboard. I think that's cool.
That's great.
That dude has attitude, brother.
Yeah. Man, it's not like, it wasn't quite as dynamic.
Oh, hey now. Oh, that's right. There were I was thinking there were dudes with attitudes.
Well, they were.
They weren't they? Yeah. But, Mike, we're actually getting toward that. Before we get to the mid-break, I do want to talk about NWA some.
Yeah.
Because I am the NWA guy. It's my favorite show.
Yeah.
I like it better than AEW, brother. To be completely honest with you.
But yeah, man, that's all you.
Well, and the reason is, dude. First and foremost, I think that hour time limit has a lot to do with that.
Right.
I mean, they put a lot of cool stuff in a very short period of time, man. It's like you get a lot of bang for your buck with NWA. Mm-hmm. But don't get me wrong, man. I love AEW. I love the 2 hours. You know, I mean, the whole show is great. That NWA, brother, there's just something about it. What's his name in Shadow that came out? Damien.
Oh, Damien Sandow.
Sandow. I always say
I always
Shadow.
Forget his work name now.
Yes. You know, that's how you kick off the show.
Yeah.
You bring in a star.
Yeah.
We see, and I like their promos, man, because once again, it reminds me of that 605 on Saturday night where you can hear some of the fans. I miss that intimate setting, dude. That studio wrestling really,
and then they interact with them. And
yes, there's something so intimate about that I've forgotten about. You know, the first match, I can't remember the guy's name, dude. Obviously, I didn't. Mikey's actually got a notebook here, man. I'm over here like, oh God, what was this guy's name? But Trevor Murdoch came back.
Trevor Murdoch, man, I love Trevor Murdoch back. You know, when he was with WWE.
Lance Cade.
Lance Cade. Yeah. Oh,
that was one of the shining moments.
On them.
Yes, that was one of the shining moments in WWE as far as I'm concerned. But here was the thing, man. He lost the match.
Yeah.
And he kicked out at like 3.25.
Right.
And he still put it over.
Yeah.
He put over the guy. I can't remember his name, man. I need Ricky. He was the Stroke Master. Is his nickname? Yeah. Because I remember the Stroke Master. How can you forget that? But dude, that was something else about NWA I really like, Mike, is how they put each other over and they keep that mutual respect.
Yeah.
Just like they used to do back in the day.
I like that.
You don't get that anymore.
No.
I remember Ric Flair would come out and be like, you know, Ricky Steamboat, you're one of the greatest in the world, but you're not as good as me.
Right.
But you're still one of the greatest.
Yeah.
I miss that.
I know.
The women's match was like that with Allison Kay. You know, he's like, come over here.
That was fantastic.
That was a great match.
That was a great match.
And afterwards, she called her over and said, hey, you know, you're going to be a star, just not today.
Right.
That mutual respect. Yep. That athletic.
That's right.
It was that athletic part, that athletic element that kept it real, brother.
Yeah.
And you know, really, man, that tag match at the end.
Colt Cabana and
with Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Coolest intro of a new wrestler I've seen in a long time. Because my tag team partner is Mr. Dude, I marked it. I've never been an Anderson fan, but I was then.
Yeah.
Let's see, man. Obviously, the main event. I didn't write it down, obviously, but the main event where the Dawsons came in to break it up.
Yeah.
It was Homicide and King.
That's right.
Against who are the Wild Cards?
Yeah, it's the Wild Cards. And, tag champs.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Eli Drake came out. Only one interruption.
Right.
Only one promo interruption, which I was happy to see with James Storm talking about the national title.
That's true.
I can't put over the belts enough. That retro, but it's new.
Yeah.
They really got a good balance of that, Mike. You know, like I said, it's the old school style, but they're so beautiful, man. They look like legitimate trophies.
That's right.
You know.
All right.
And Terry Funk's tire irons and waffles.
Tire irons and waffles and tire irons.
I'm not going to get off this podcast without talking about that briefly, Mike.
Yep.
Best ad ever. Best ad ever. I mean, at first I was like, this is almost a little too cheesy, and I'm like, wait a minute. Can you really have too much cheese? Two things I love,
man.
Tire irons and waffles.
Man.
Done, brother. Yeah. I want to go to that store, man. I really want to go to Kentucky to see this place.
You know, they did the
the Austin Idol?
Austin Idol spot again.
Dude.
Killer.
I love it, man.
Killer.
Love it, dude. Yeah. It is amazing, bro.
Amenities.
and man, their pay-per-view's coming up in December. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Into the Fire.
Into the Fire.
That will be live Saturday night at 6:05.
Yeah.
To, I think, 9:30.
That was pretty cool. When I saw that, I was like, hey, you know, okay.
I get it.
I get that.
Yep.
And that's the question I had before. You know, it's like, why is this not on Saturdays?
And the reason is they're going to do the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
And I think they said that thing sold out in like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
3 hours maybe. I mean, just they couldn't. Yeah.
Now, here's my thing. This pay-per-view, huh? Right. What's the price tag on that?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll have to figure, look into that. See what that runs. And here's my take on the NWA Power. I love it. It's great. I love watching it. And I like the time, like you said, that hour.
Right. Bang for your buck, brother.
Yeah. Here's the deal. And this is going back to that 80s. When they had this show, the 605 Live.
Right.
Or,
the TBS
show. World Championship Wrestling, NWA.
Right.
This show was used to promote wrestlers, talents, but it was also to promote the house shows and the big events.
It was basically a commercial.
Right.
Is really what it was, yeah.
Yeah. How are they going to do that now?
Oh, brother, I have no idea. It's funny because our good friend who's even been here in the Pud Cave, Josh Smiley Stewart, who's a listener and, like I say, a friend and who's actually been on the show, he hit me up. Josh, I think, might be a little pessimistic about NWA's future. He was like, first of all, he loves it. I was like,
right.
He's all, I love it. He doesn't think that the business model's going to work. I don't know, brother. I don't know. I hope he's wrong, But he was like, hey, enjoy it while you can, And I'm like, brother, ye have little faith. I'm like, I'm hoping it does. And I think if the fans, like myself, I'm going to buy that pay-per-view. I am going to support them as much as I can because I want to see it continue.
Right.
And I know Billy Corgan said he actually has a 20-year plan. Now, a lot can happen in 20 minutes, brother, much less 20 years, but I'm staying optimistic.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I will support them financially.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, me and Josh had a couple of texts between us, and I was like, I hope you're wrong, brother, but you never know. I don't know. I'm sure, him being a sports journalist anyway, that he's probably got a little bit more insight and just how this whole game works, in general, much more than I do. I know that for sure. And but I'm hoping he's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this thing goes on. I'm hoping I'm right and this thing is going hard and strong in 20 years, man. That's what my goal. And, well, not my goal personally, but I hope that's what is going on. That's my outlook. But who knows, brother? I don't know.
Because that was the thing with the 605 originally. Was the highlight everything. It wasn't always about title matches, and it was all the big matches. You can't have the big matches every week like that.
I agree with that. Now, one thing,
and you're gonna have to travel.
You're eventually going to have to get out of that studio.
You have the NWA title.
You're eventually going to have to get out of that studio, which I think they will, Mike. Once again, brother, this ain't but the second weekend.
Right.
So 20-year plan, brother, 2 weeks in. Maybe they're thinking.
Hopefully it doesn't take 20 years.
God, I hope not, brother. Hey, man, it may take 20 before they're WWE, though. That might be his goal. He's like, I want to be as big as them, but we got to start here. And I hope that he's going to do it, brother. I really do, because I love the show. I love that old school feel, and he gets it. One thing I'll say about Billy Corgan, I'm not the biggest Smashing Pumpkins fan. I never was, but he definitely knows wrestling.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Well, Mike, I tell you what, brother, we're going about an hour in.
Yeah.
So we're about halfway there. And, last week we had talked about showcasing the band Antler Hill for this month because it's Halloween month.
Absolutely.
And, a lot of Antler Hill's music deals with like folklore and urban legends, or not urban legends, but just legends in general, especially here in North and South Carolina, from the Carolinas. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that is really awesome. And the music itself is phenomenal music. I just bought the Carolina Lore CD the other week. Every song on it's great, brother, including the one that I think we should play today, in keeping in the spirit of Halloween. Because, brother, we always talk about monsters and zombies, Frankenstein, mummies, all this kind of stuff. But, man, a creature that we don't talk a lot about that's also very because it's probably real are aliens, man.
The Gastonia. The Gastonia. Another lace monster.
Boy, howdy. We have been talking about a lot of creepy things today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like Gastonia strippers. And no offense to the Gastonia strippers out there. No. We love y'all, man. Yeah. We do. We love y'all.
Yeah. If we had $2 bills, we'd
give you
up.
both. But yeah, man, I thought this week we could play another song off that album, Carolina Lore. And this is the name of the song is Little Green Men, brother. This is one of my favorite. I love all the songs on it, man. And you know something else I like about this band, that they'll also have like short stories.
Yes.
Like creepy spoken word stories with that outstanding music in the background, brother. It's such a cool thing. It's such a cool full package of music, folklore, image, you know, with the scarecrow and all that stuff, man. It's just, it's awesome, and I love this band. I can't talk about them enough. I can't put them over enough. But anyway, Mike, let's go ahead and play a song off Carolina Lore. This is Little Green Men, the band's Antler Hill. PUDs don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to tell y'all what a PUD really is.
Yes.
We interrupt this record album to bring you some breaking news. Aliens have invaded the Carolinas. I repeat, aliens have invaded the Carolinas. They came down from the Brown Mountain Lights, and little did we know, they're actually little and green and men. But where did it go? Hidden in the static of an old radio, failed by pretense of governed events. Just when it's over, it happens again. It's there's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. They say the truth is out there, but do you want to believe in the midst of lies veiled by the smoke screen? And all the redactions will be disavowed. All the foil in the world won't save you from them. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. There's fire in the sky tonight, we're unidentified, unsolved mysteries of bright lights. This just in, the news we reported is a hoax. I repeat, a hoax. There is no such thing as aliens or, surprisingly, burly men in black. We now return you to your record album. This is WAH News. Good night. They made me say that. It's all true. Don't believe it or not!
Hello, this is Papa Jet from WTAUP Ridge Nation. You are listening to the PUDcast with Mike and Jason. Kick it in the ass, taking names. Yeah.
All right, Puds, we're back once again. That was Antler Hill, Little Green Men, and the album is Carolina Lore. If you haven't got this CD yet, you need to go out and buy it. At least go and check them out and share the videos. We'll have the video up a little bit later on, the link from YouTube. And, Mike, once again, dude, I'm a huge fan of this band, and I'm really feel fortunate that they have gave us permission. In fact, I sent them an email last week. I'm like, hey, or a message. I'm like, hey, can we play your song? I hope so, because we've already kind of put it in the show. Yeah. And got his blessing, got Neil's blessing to play anything whenever we want. So we have a blanket permission for that. And we appreciate it, man. You guys have definitely helped elevate our show, and I hope that we can help get your music out to a couple people as well.
Absolutely.
Well, Mike, brother, we hit a milestone this week.
Yes, we did. We're finally here.
We got it, brother. Our first goal when we started this thing was to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
And I remember when you said that, I'm like, come on, man. Ain't nobody going to subscribe to us. I'm like, we'll have 3. I mean, I literally do, because we're in here, we're doing the show. You're like, as soon as we get that 100 subscribers. And I'm like, yeah, right, okay, yeah. As soon as I win the lottery, yeah. Well,
Get your ticket, son,
brother,
today.
I think I'm going to go get me one because, brother, not only do we have 100 subscribers, we actually have 101, brother.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, Mike, last week, obviously I said last show, and, I'll just touch on it. And I said a little earlier, man, I have experienced a hell of a loss, with Mom passing away here a while back. And I had a pretty bad night last Saturday night. Right. Didn't sleep really good. Man, it's up and down, brother. You know how it is. Yeah. I know you can relate to that as well. And it was really up and down. Sunday morning was terrible, man. I mean, I was just in a bad mood. I was depressed, crying, the whole 9 yards, man. So I produced the show. I put it together. That helped me. That helped me get through the day, was actually to do the show and get it ready for upload and, to put it out here for everybody to listen to. And like I said, brother, I was just down. I mean, I'm talking kicked in the down, brother. Yeah. And so we put it up. We had 98 subscribers. I looked after, about 30 minutes. I was like, well, I like to keep up with it, So let's see. 99. I'm like, oh, hell. We just picked up one. Oh, my God,
right.
Oh, my God, Toward the end of the show, it was 101. Dude.
Whoa.
It really, it helped me on a personal level, Mike. I mean, because that was the first time, really, since everything happened, personally, that I was like, oh, my God, we did it.
Yeah.
This goal that we've had for over a year was reached. And, Mike, we gotta keep it real here, brother. I know that has a lot to do with that USA Wrestling guys, man.
For sure. Yeah,
absolutely. I know it is. In fact, I even saw some of the subscribers. I know at least one of them was a USA guy.
Yeah.
And once again, to Chad Scott, the owner-operator of USA Main Event Wrestling, and to all the talent, and I do mean talent, brother.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. You helped push us over that limit. You helped us get to that goal. We appreciate it. We're also happy and proud to be a part of the show as commentators. Mike, I went by the building last night to kind of look at the PA system, kind of what we're going to be dealing with. Chad's hooking us up, man. Yeah. We're going to have a PUD nest. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to have our own broadcast booth.
Right.
And it's going to be pretty spectacular, brother. He showed me what he's got planned. He's already got some stuff laid out. Yeah, Mike.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. And I got goosebumps just now talking about it. Even last night when I went to look at everything, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, and we talked about some stuff, about some things we're going to try to do. Hopefully, if everything works out the way I hope it is, knock on wood, brother. I don't know until I get my hands on it. But, I mean, we're going to have about 10 different camera angles that we're going to be able to work with. We're going to have a lot to do. Yeah. We're going to be busy. I was even telling Chad, I said, now, look, brother, we're going to be commentating as well.
Right.
So some of these camera angles and stuff may not be as smooth as we want. Right. But it'll definitely be an improvement from last show, and I guarantee the next show will be an improvement from that one.
Exactly. Now, as part of this 100 subscribers, we promised out that we would tell the PUDs exactly what a PUD is.
What is a PUD? I've been asked that question ever since we started this show, Mike. Everybody's like, so what is a PUD? I'm like, well, as soon as we get to 100 subscribers, you'll know.
That's right.
And, Mike, the way I look at it, the best way to tell what a PUD is or describe what a PUD is probably just to kind of tell our story.
Yes.
To a degree. I mean, obviously, man, we only have about an hour before you open the store because this is your biggest day. This is Apple Day once again here in Lincoln, and this is your biggest. So we're going to try to get this in. I think we went a little long with the wrestling review for the week. So we're going to try to cram as much of this in. But Mike, really,
and we still have many
oh,
shows that we can go into this.
Because I was going to say maybe when we get 200 subscribers, but Mike, we'll never get 200 subscribers, right? Right?
Get that ticket, son.
Right.
Get that ticket. Get that ticket.
Brother. But Mike, really the origin of the word PUD, right? And I'm going to get to the other reason in a little bit. I don't want to kick it off with what I think I know what you're thinking, what the PUD.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, but
okay.
Basically, Mike, when we started out in this business,
yes,
a lot of this is going to be our story and how we got into wrestling and where we ended up in wrestling. It's almost a shoot to a degree, a quote-unquote shoot to a degree.
Yeah.
Mike, when we started out, it was me, you, David Hayes, who we were just picking on in the first hour a little bit from from This Is a Work, which you can check out, and you do need to check out. They just got a new episode that was uploaded. I'm going to check that out hopefully on Monday.
Yeah.
And Chris, he wrestled under the name Chris Williams. His real name is Chris Stowe. I'll put his real name out there. And brother, and Smiley too, man. We sometimes do tend, because Smiley wasn't actually an in-ring person. He was a referee.
Yes.
So sometimes, and Smiley wasn't around for the training as much either. But Smiley was there, and he was part of this team, brother. We couldn't have done it without him, man. We had to have a ref, hey.
Right, yeah.
And he was a great ref.
It was.
Smiley's great at everything he does, man. And so really that core group of guys, we were just marks.
Yeah.
We were marks for it, Mike. We would go to every wrestling show we could go to. That was our weekends.
Yes.
We traveled. We didn't, we were just fans.
Right.
We wanted to be near it.
Yeah.
Chris Williams, and I'll refer to him as his work name from this point on. Or Weapon, Ultimate Weapon. Yeah, I'll refer to him to one or the other. Weapon started, getting in with some of the guys, because Chris is a big dude, always was and still is. He's a big man, big strong dude. And so was Dogs, and you were more of the, athletic, kind of quick, guy, and I was just a manager, a little pudgy manager on the outside talking shit. Oh, darn it.
There he goes.
There it is. So, yeah, man. So, we just started going to the shows, Mike. And eventually, Chris Stowe got us into a ring.
Yes.
With this guy named Warren Sharp.
Yes.
Warren was also a manager. He'd been in the business for years, off and on. And we had a little falling out with Warren. Right. I'll get into that. I do want to talk about that. But Warren brought us down and let us start, bumping in his ring. Taught us how to take a bump. Told us what a bump was. Right. Smartened us up.
Yeah.
We knew it was a work, but we weren't sure how it worked.
Right.
So, man, Warren brought in some trainers.
Sean Powers. I was about to say, Sean Powers was instrumental in a lot of that training as well.
Absolutely. And my Sean Powers story, and Sean actually wrestled with the USWA.
Yes.
Jerry Lawler's promotion. Yeah. So he's the real deal.
Yeah.
Hated ECW. Do you remember that?
Oh,
he
for
hated
sure.
ECW.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, brother, this is what, 97, 96, 97?
Old school guy.
Yeah, very old school.
Yeah.
I've never met a black man with a mullet. Never.
That's true.
I never have, man.
I forgot about that.
Yes, and he was huge. I mean, this guy's biceps were as big as my leg.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean, he was a hoss. Yeah. And I remember, dude, I was a little bit of a smart ass back then. I am now, but brother, back then I was.
Keyed up.
Oh God. And he was like, "What are you doing here?" Because I just had jeans and a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yeah.
And I kind of got, a little mouthy. Not too bad. Obviously, he kicked the shit out of him. Darn it, man.
Dang, there it goes.
There it goes.
Let's get into the real stories now.
Yeah. I was going to let me pull out some 20s here. But I was like, hey, man, I don't want to wrestle. I want to be a manager, which was the truth. I never, ever, Mike, had a desire to be a professional wrestler. I love the managers. I love Cornette. I love Bobby Heenan. I love Mouth of the South, man. Those were who I liked. That's who I wanted to be. And I'll never forget what he said to me, Mike. Do you remember?
Oh, God. Refresh my memory.
Well, guess what? Managers bump too.
Yeah.
Get in the ring or go home.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to run the hell out of us.
Yeah.
Bump the hell out of us, man. He literally kicked the you-know-what out of us for hours.
Yeah. A lot of throwing up. I remember that.
Me and you didn't throw up.
No.
I was actually in fairly decent shape back then. I was in probably the best shape of my life, to be completely honest with you. I came close.
All right.
Brother, I was close. I know Chris did. I'll put him on blast.
Yeah.
David did. I know at other times Billy did.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't train as much as you guys.
Right.
My whole thing was like, well, I know how to bump now.
Yeah.
I don't need to learn how to throw suplexes, dude. I'm a manager. But, brother, I overbumped.
Yeah.
I did 100 bumps, I ran the ropes.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, man, one of my favorite stories from that is when we were doing overbumps. And, Mike, I landed on my head.
Man,
Do you remember this?
Telling you, it scared me.
I mean, I power drove myself. I mean, I came straight down, brother.
It did. It scared me.
Oh, I heard a crack.
Scared me.
I saw a bright light, and I was like, well, I'm done. I'm done. And everybody obviously stopped.
Yeah.
And Sean was cool, man. The trainer, he was a hard ass.
Yeah.
I think I can say hard ass.
Yeah.
And he was, but he was cool. Hey, you all right? You good?
Yeah.
And he's like, and I started moving my toes and make sure I wasn't paralyzed. I mean, really do, because I saw a bright flash of light. I heard a crack. And I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Here it is. My mom's going to kill me. If I make it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm dead either way.
Yeah.
And so I could move and everything. Well, David Hayes starts laughing at me.
Butthole.
He is a butthole, man. He is. But he did. And you know what Sean Powers made him do? He started bumping the hell out of me. He said, oh, you think it's funny?
Yeah.
I think he made him bump 100 times, I think. Dude, I mean, I remember, it seems like the rest of the night, David Hayes did nothing but bump. And he was pissed. And, dude, I wanted to laugh so bad. But I knew I better not.
Better not.
I better not.
Some overbump.
Yes, man.
Oh.
And, man, that was man, I know you guys trained, obviously, a lot more than I did. But, my last little bit I want to tell about that experience was when we went into the leapfrogs.
Oh,
we were going to do leapfrogs the first night, brother.
Yeah.
We were doing legit. first night in the ring with Sean, do the leapfrogs. Because I'm a fan of leapfrogs, brother.
Yeah.
You don't see them a lot. You just not as much as you used to.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to leapfrog over Chris Williams.
That was tough.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
And I had on blue jeans. I've never been athletic.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I do my leapfrog. Chris Williams hits me square in the male genitalia, brother.
Yeah.
Once again, I see a bright light.
Right in the crown jewels.
Right in him, buddy. I mean, ding, ding, ding. I mean, it was on, brother. And Sean was cool. He was like, all right, man, just don't do it. You're going to be a manager. Anyway, he literally was like, you're going to be a manager. Don't worry about it. But I think I proved
Managers don't leapfrog.
Yeah, thank you. And I think what I had to do was prove myself to him.
Yeah.
That, hey, man, I'm just not some mark in here that wants to get by and skip by with the stuff. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I have a legit passion to be in this show.
Yeah.
And to just be a part of it. And I think I proved that by running the ropes to the point of vomiting, to the point of taking however many back bumps, to the point where I about broke my neck.
Yeah.
And I think, I ain't trying to put myself over, dude. I'm just saying that's how it was back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mike.
I loved running the ropes.
It's a great workout.
I loved it. I always loved running those ropes.
It's a great workout. But I remember having the big bruises on my back, the 3 stripes.
When I went down to Chad's, the Wow,
the Wow Factor Party Pavilion.
Yeah, stepped in that ring for the first time.
I haven't been in it yet.
And God knows,
I'm not.
I don't know how many years.
I don't want to get in it, man.
Probably 10 years.
Yeah,
or better.
Oh, more. Probably closer to 15.
Yeah, probably about 15. First thing I did is just run the ropes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to step in foot. I didn't
take a bump. I was like,
no bumps.
Yeah, it's like I want to get up.
I don't even want to put that needle in my arm, man. It's cool enough just to see the needle on the table.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that, But man, I'm afraid if I step through those ropes, man, it'll hook me again. Because it's like Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
That's right.
But Mike, I was thinking about it because I knew we were going to be getting into this show, and I think that Sean and even Warren, I think they gave us a hard time and were hard asses because at that particular time in professional wrestling, they were trying to keep the marks out of the business.
Right.
And brother, let's just call it, we were marks.
Yeah.
I mean, we were.
Yeah.
And I think today, man, and I'm not picking on any particular organizations or nothing like that, man. I'm not, because I've seen it in a lot of places. I will say I don't see it in USA. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I have not seen it at the USA guys. So definitely not these guys, but maybe some other places here and there. I think it's the opposite, man. It's like, well, we need people in our show. We want people to come into our show.
Right.
And it's almost like the complete opposite of what we went through. I think what we went through, man, honest to God, was kind of bullcrap, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they took liberties. They did.
Right.
But they were trying to keep us out.
That's right.
I think.
And I feel totally different about it. I'm more from that era, and it's like work them until they want to quit.
I think now I don't know, man. I've not seen the USA guys do their training.
Right.
I've not. Well, I mean, I've watched them train, but I've not seen it. I think that they have a good balance.
Yeah.
I think Chad has got it down. I think he's got it down to a science. It's like, we're going to make sure that you're tough enough to do this, because you got to be tough, man. It ain't for suckers, brother. It ain't.
Exactly.
It's not, brother. You've got to have a certain amount of toughness. And obviously he wants people in the show, and he wants to elevate those people. That's something else I like about Chad, brother. It's not about him and his show. It's about the talent. Yeah. And that is clear. Yeah. And I think, man, you got to find a balance in that, because I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it was hard, brother. I ain't going to lie, man. It was hard, and I even kind of look back, like, damn, I don't know, man. He kind of beat the hell out of us. Yeah. But we got through it.
That's right.
We did get through it.
That's right.
And, you know, Mike, then we started.
A lot of people do. A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't, brother. We've seen a lot of quote-unquote marks come in and out. Yep. You know, it was a different time. Yeah. But it was a different time.
I think it has you. It puts a lot more respect into you.
Yes.
For what you're doing.
Yes,
and,
I agree. Oh, hey.
Who's this?
Who's this?
Hey, baby doll.
We have a visitor here in the PUD cave, little Boogie. What's going on, little Boogie? What?
Oh, it just got crazy.
Oh, brother, the ratings just went up.
Lost it.
We just lost it, man. Speaking of what a PUD is. What? What?
Oh, goodness.
Bye, little Boogie. Bye-bye.
Destruction
personified, brother. That was cool, man. That was cool.
Oh, man. Oh.
So, but yeah, Mike, that was awesome, man. That was cool. That was a run-in.
That's a run-in.
It was a swerve.
It's run in by my daughter.
Yes, a little Boogie was in the house. I've been teaching her the what, you know, from the Chappelle and Lil Wayne, you know. So, or no, Little John, not Lil Wayne. Yeah. Too many little people in too many little people in wrestling and in music, anyway. But I'm just picking about that.
No, I think it instilled a respect.
It does
for the craft and what you're doing.
It does, brother, and it also, you got to put in the work. But like I said, man, you know, I'm not just here to put over USA or anything like that. But I think that those guys do that without being. I'm gonna go ahead and put $1 in without being assholes, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's, once again, man, they're trying to keep us out. Yeah. You know, they were they did not want us to make it. That was the difference, brother. Yeah. But I think at the end
especially
of that,
right, because kayfabe was still a thing.
It was still alive, man. It was on life support. Yeah. It was dying. Right. And it would soon be dead. Yeah. At least in that form. Right. But it was still there, and that guy was old school, brother. He hated ECW, man. Mm-hmm. He was like, if you like ECW, he told us straight up, if you like ECW, you're a mark. Yeah. Period, point blank.
I liked ECW.
I loved ECW. I remember we all kind of looked at each other like, oh, God, oh shit.
Oh,
you know?
Man.
Damn, I said it again.
We're in trouble.
Yeah, we're done, man.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mike, another thing that really brought respect for me into it was also just doing the odd jobs, you know, tearing down the ring, setting up the ring, putting up the chairs, running security, running concessions. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's a lot of things. And it's not just the modern generation of pro wrestlers. I mean, even back in our old MWF days, you would see with our roster, I'm talking 20 years ago, they automatically got put in a show. Yeah. We did not. Right. We got the crap beat out of us. We had to tear down the ring, put up the ring, this and that. Yeah. And we weren't even in the show, dude. I think we were doing that stuff for almost a year before we even got our first shot in the ring, man. Once again, dude, you had to pay the dues back then. Yeah. I do think some of the dues paying was a little rough, because even my first time as a manager, as a babyface managing you, brother, Warren pulled me into that ring.
Yeah, literally.
Literally, I did my overbump that I had been trained to do, that I did well, and it didn't hurt. You know, what really hurts when they started kicking the hell out of me. And I'll never forget, because he did the old the heel scrape against my forehead. Uh-huh. and he scraped the hell out of my forehead.
Oh, yeah.
And he got in my face like, "Welcome to pro wrestling." And I said, "Thank you." I thanked him.
Yep.
And then they continued to slap and beat the shit out of me. Darn it, man. Okay. I'm running out of dollars here.
They're dwindling down.
Oh, brother, like I said.
Save a couple for some tickets.
Yeah. I was got to say, man, I got to hold on to a few here.
Yeah.
But
Lotto.
oh, for real. Give me a scratch off here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Mike, we had to go through all that. And so, man, we started working the circuit. David Hayes come on, and Chris Williams obviously was there. Smiley would come in and do some reffing here and there. I was managing, but we were working the circuits with the armories and the fairs. I remember we worked up in Lenore here and there for one of their state fairs or whatever.
Yeah,
and
that was fun. That was
a fun show.
That was probably one of my favorite from back then.
Mine too, man.
For sure.
And I actually got paid. I remember he gave me $5. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, for real?
DL.
Yeah.
DL cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there was that real big, I hate to call him the big fat guy, but he was the big fat guy. We worked for him. I can't remember his name, man. But he always paid out. I never knew his name, man. But he promoted a few shows. I always walked with the cane. Anyway, man, he was a good promoter.
Yeah.
Let's put it like that. He was a good promoter. He always, like I said, if just $5, even for a manager.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I tell you, man, we to kind of keep the story going, I get to work my first hill manager, and it was in Belmont or Mount Holly. I always get those two places confused.
Mount Holly.
It was Mount Holly.
Yeah.
Okay. And me and Warren had an altercation. We had a falling
No,
out.
that was Belmont.
It was
sorry.
Belmont.
Forgive me. That was Belmont.
Like I said, I always get them mixed because we work both. We work both armories.
Yeah.
And this is what happened, man. And this is my side of it. And me and Warren did talk, and we did squash our heat.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, "Hey, Warren, I want to." Dude, once again, remember, Mike, I didn't even know I was going to be in the show. So I called up Warren. I'm like, "Hey, I really want to come to the show. I don't want to have to pay." I said, "Can I come and set up the ring?"
Yeah.
And come and watch the show for free.
Yeah.
Be in it, be in the locker room. Like I said, that's how bad I love being around it. He was like, "Well, hey, man, you've been managing. Why don't you just come in and be a manager?" And I was like, "Yeah, you want me to manage Mike?" He said, "No, man, manage Chris Williams and Biff Beamer."
Biff Beamer.
Who was a great worker.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And they were heels. He's like, "Come be their heel manager." He's like, "I think it's time." And I was like, "Warren, I can do that." I said, "But look, brother, I got to leave after my match because I have to be at work at 6:30 the next morning. I had a job in Lincoln." He's like, "Yeah, that's cool, man. Just come set up the ring, be a manager." Yeah, man, it's cool. Well, and I did, man. I told him that. And here's where the altercation comes in. Because I get my stuff after the match, and I get ready, and I'm leaving. He said, "Hey, where are you going?" I was like, "Hey, Warren, I got to leave. I got to be at work in the morning, He's like, "No, hell no, you get your ass back there." And I'm like, at this point, he got hostile with me, like right off the bat. And I'm like, and I got I'm not here to bash the guy because without him, we wouldn't be doing it, So I want to keep that. I respect him, and I appreciate what he did for us. I always have. And I was like, "Warren, man, we talked about it." He said, "No, hell no." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm leaving." Me, I was like, F you.
Yeah.
F me, F you, Yeah. Well, he was like, "Well, let's, come in the back with me." And he was a big dude. And I was like, I don't want to fight this guy, but I don't want to be a punk neither,
Yeah.
So I started talking a bunch of trash as I'm walking out the door. I'll be the first to tell you, man, I'm like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because I'm not fighting this guy because he will win, Yeah. And, but I'm like, F you, man. And, this and that. And we're going back and forth. And I was like, well, I'm done. I'm out of here. And so, I leave, whatever. A few days later, and I know you guys ended up working for him the next night.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Mike, that reminds me, I told him that if he let me leave, and if he was cool with me taking out early, that I would work the next show and let them strip me down to my underwear.
Right.
That I'd be the hill manager, and I'd let them, get over on me.
Yeah.
He was like, hell yeah, man, let's do that. We had this agreed upon.
Right.
So anyway, man, I didn't work that show, obviously, after everything happened. You guys actually worked it for me. You kept your booking and you worked the show. Well, Chris Williams calls me up about a day or two later. He's like, "Yeah, man, Warren's saying all this and that about you and F you, all this and that." And I was like, "Man, what's his number?" I never had his number. I was like, "I'm calling him. I want to squash this, man. I want to talk about this." And I did. I called him. I said, "Hey, Warren, it's Jay." I remember this conversation almost like it happened yesterday. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" You had some hostility. I was like, "Look, brother," I said, "Do you not remember us talking?" And man, as soon as I said, he's like, "Yes, I do." He's like, Jason, I'm sorry. He apologized. He's like, I just wasn't
Wow.
thinking about it. He was like, but we did talk. And he said, look, man, I was proud of you. We squashed our heat, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, dude, thank you for what you did. I said, damn, man. I'm like, that was uncalled for. And he was like, yeah, I was caught up in it and this and that. So we squashed it. We got cool.
Yeah.
Never worked with him again, obviously.
Right.
That was the end of that. But we did end it on a good note.
Yeah.
But he told me, he's like, Jason, I remembered it after it all happened. He's like, yeah, that's what you said you were going to do. I think what it was is that next day that somebody, I think Chris told him, it's like, hey, Jason's going to strip down to get over to get some heat here
Right.
for your show.
Yeah.
And I think that's what got him remembering it. But anyway, man, it didn't have the best ending. It did get squashed, the heat. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, without Warren Sharp, we'd have never been able to get into the business. He broke us in.
For sure.
For that, he will always have my gratitude. Didn't like the way that our relationship ended, but I am glad it didn't end with heat. It did end squash.
Exactly.
So, well, then, Mike.
I always wonder what happened.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I don't know, brother. I don't know.
I always think about that.
The last I heard anything out of him, it was there was a pay-per-view for WWE, and this was back in like 2000. It was the match that had the dog kennel match with Al Snow and Boss Man. It was that pay-per-view in Charlotte. Chris Williams said he run into him there.
Wow.
And because I was at that show.
Okay.
And but he said he run into him. He was cool. That's how everybody was doing, and
Right.
So the heat was definitely squashed, but it was a tense night, brother. I didn't know if I was going to get out of there because all the guys were his guys. On top of that,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he could definitely. I mean, dude, like I don't consider myself to be a punk by no means, but I'm also realistic, and I'm like, okay, if I go back in that locker room and square up with this guy, I'm probably not going to be walking out.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why I talk my trash as
this is old school too. You never know.
That's what I'm saying.
You never know who's carrying what.
That's what I'm saying. And every one of these guys are on the juice. Well, I shouldn't say all of them, but brother, I mean, it looked more like a gym than to a modern locker room today.
For sure.
For real. You go to a lot of these local promotions to do that. The locker rooms are 100% different, brother.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Yeah.
But it did end on a good note. He did break us in. But Mike, at that point, we took a little hiatus from wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure did.
And then we decided, hell, man, let's do our own thing.
All right.
And we kind of formed a little bit of a backyard group at this time. And this was in 1999.
Yeah.
And we decided to have our first backyard show at at the time, a friend of ours' house.
Yes.
And I didn't have a ring. We were backyard, brother.
Yeah.
We were. But we were trained.
All right.
And we were showing, you were showing some of the guys who had not been trained, people like Scott St. James, Chris Eisenberg, who still wrestles as Mikado to this day.
Right.
Let's see, who else, man? Robbie McGallard, of course, who lived at the house, and, some Billy Gotch, and we taught them, or you taught them how to bump, how to actually work. So, yes, it was a backyard show. No, we didn't have a ring, but we worked.
Yeah, yeah.
We worked.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't able to do everything, obviously.
Right.
But it wasn't just a bunch of breaking glass bottles and jumping off roofs and stuff like that. There were sunset flips. There were hip tosses. We had mattresses.
Yeah.
We did have mattresses, but we did this at New Year's Eve, 1999.
Yeah.
Going into the year 2000. Hence, Millennium Wrestling Federation.
Right. Yeah. And everything was born out of that.
The seats.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to put on that show, man? What are your thoughts about that first? What I consider to be kind of a dress rehearsal, man. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when you're in a band and you invite your friends over to play the gig before you actually go out and play the gig.
Right.
I was kind of.
I remember it was cold and drink a lot.
Dude. Yes. Never drank in a real show.
Yeah.
Never drank at a real show. That wasn't necessarily a real show.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Mike, there was a spot where I got hurt, and I came out in the main event in a wheelchair.
That's right.
And everybody thinks, oh, that's a work. He's trying to put it. No, man, I was so hammered, I couldn't walk.
Yeah. I remember that.
And, I mean, I was hammered, bro. We all were.
Yeah.
Because between matches, we'd go back and take 2 or 3 shots, then go back out. Not the most responsible thing, Mike.
Absolutely not.
We're over here trying to say how we were trained. And then,
it was New Year's Eve, and it was just, I don't know. It was a party.
It was 1999, bro. We partied like it was 1999, literally.
And it was.
Man. We were worried about Y2K, you know. Fat man,
What's gonna happen now?
me and Robbie, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Me and Robbie all day long had planned on going and cutting the power at midnight.
All right.
But we got so hammered we forgot to do it. I think about 1 or 2 in the morning. We was like, hey man, what time is it?
Yeah.
Oh hell, dude, we forgot.
Oh.
But yeah, Mike. So that's really how the MWF formed.
Yes.
And I am getting to the PUD thing, you know, obviously. So Mike, we had another backyard show,
right,
in a field.
Yeah.
With a ring.
Yes.
A Maypop ring.
Yeah.
And it popped.
It popped. Sure did.
Oh, it was duct taped together, man. It was all spare parts. It was no real wrestling ring components. It was all. We had a shelving system at my old job. It was like these huge, big industrial shelves in a warehouse. They tore them out, and my supervisor was like, "Yeah, man, if you want them, you can. If you can haul them, you can have them because they were just being put in the dump." So me and you, Mike,
yes,
and Billy Gotch,
yes,
went down to where I used to work. We put all that stuff on the back of your truck.
Right.
The truck was way too small.
Yes.
And it was a
load.
It was a load, brother.
Yeah.
And we got it there.
We did.
And it was scary. Sweating the whole way, brother.
Yeah.
We actually had to rent a U-Haul to take it down to the field.
That's true.
But we got it back to your house.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm following right behind in my car. And like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I mean, hell, if that shit falls out, it's going to fall on me. And I just cussed again.
Yep.
Dude, I'm going through a lot of dollars today, dude. I may have to have a cap.
Dwindling down.
And so anyway, man, that match was fun.
Yes.
You know, I actually wrestled under a hood.
Yeah.
In the opener, and I actually wrestled the only match in the ring because that's when it started popping. So I had that on my resume that I actually got to work one match in that one ring. And it was me and JJ Mathis, and he was working as Broughton. Perfect gimmick for a perfect guy, man. I love JJ to this day. I don't see him or talk to him anymore, but I always loved the guy to death. And we worked, I thought, a decent match for what it was. And, you know, for our skill levels, I thought it was decent enough. But, yeah, I remember you coming up and saying, hey, dude, take it home and get out of that thing before it collapses.
Damn disaster movie.
Bro. But we had a fun night, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun. But once again, Mike, we took a little bit of a hiatus.
Yes.
A friend of ours, like I said at the time, no longer a friend. In fact, I'm not even going to bring his name up because I just don't like this SOB. He met some guys who had a ring.
Yes.
And these guys were in Concord, North Carolina. And so we started working for them. You know, we're not working for them. We kind of with them.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Them, you know, we were actually bringing a lot of talent to their show.
Yeah.
You know, some could argue we were the talent in the show. They had some good guys, man. Some guys who actually would come into the MWF and stay with us for their duration, like the Psycho Superstar. Yeah. Mr. Vanderhook was one. Yeah. He didn't stick around for the whole thing, but he came in, man. And I always liked Vanderhook.
You were always a big fan.
I was. I liked him personally and as a worker, but I know he had his way.
Yeah.
You know,
he did.
We all did.
Oh, yeah.
We all did.
That's true.
But basically, man, we went in. We found a building here in Lincoln, and we were doing, once again, brother, we're traveling the roads to go be in a wrestling show.
Right.
Something a lot of people don't really understand. You know? Well, why do we got to travel an hour? Well, hell, we did it for years.
Right.
Again.
Exactly.
And we had the experience and the miles.
Right.
And here we are.
Here we are.
So in Concord, brother, was the first time that I ever uttered the word PUD. Because, you know, man, I was a manager, the Hill manager, and I wanted a catchphrase. I wanted something like Pencil Neck Geek.
Right.
The Humanoids.
Yes.
The Ham and Eggers.
Yes.
You know, all these great little cut downs. And, Mike, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. It did have a little bit of a inappropriate meaning.
Right.
Because I couldn't, well, I'll just say it. I'm not going to put $1 in. But I just couldn't call them dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of went with PUD. You know, PUD was kind of a, you know, a little bit of a slang term to a degree, you know. And it was a lot more adult at this show.
It was. Definitely.
There were no kids.
Yeah, there was a lot of freedom with that.
We could cuss. I mean, we could call them dicks if we wanted to.
Right.
But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it kind of under the radar, you know. Because PUD's not a cuss word, and it can just mean a dumbass.
Yeah.
Is dumbass cool to say?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, we'll go.
You're good.
Because, you know, he's like, oh, that guy's a PUD, you know. But a lot of it was, you know, kind of like, well, I want to call them dicks, but not really.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And so that's when I thought of it. So I started calling them, the people PUDs. You know, that was my little catchphrase.
Yeah.
And then I had a stick.
Yeah.
That was wrapped up in tape. It was I had foam rubber. It was gimmicked, you know, obviously. But that was my PUD whacker.
Yeah.
You know, I'd whack PUDs with it. And I mean, to this day, brother, I thought that was awesome. You know, it was over. You know,
it was.
And things happen, man. I can't remember what happened with that building, but anyway, man, we got a building here in Lincoln.
Yes.
The old Lowe's building,
right,
as we like to call it, the MWF Arena.
Yeah.
Where the absolute best times of my life occurred.
Yeah.
That building, bro. Even when I ride by it to this day, obviously it's changed.
Yeah.
I've even rode by it back behind to look at it and I still have that nostalgia. I'm like, God, man. I always said if I did win the lottery, I'd like to buy it and make it a museum. Yeah. Just for me. You know, be like, this is the MWF museum because, brother, we would pack that SOB up. I mean, we ended up maxing out about 2 1/4. Yeah. In that little warehouse. And to this day, like I said, some of the greatest memories of my life
for sure.
were in that building, man. You know, it was so cool because we weren't legal. You know, we were definitely not zoned. You know, we would be running heaters in there, man. Oh, yeah. Well, my whole thing was like, dude, don't bring your kids in. Dude, look around if you ain't, I mean, you know, if you don't think it's safe, then don't come. You know? I mean, that was always my thing. You know, I'm a libertarian when it comes to stuff like that.
But no, I mean, there wasn't anything that wasn't really not safe about the place. Because, I mean, it had 2 bay doors.
Yeah, I mean, we had circulation.
Were covered.
Yeah, and I mean, you didn't have to worry about it having like.
I mean, these were 2 big bay doors you can pull semis through.
Yeah, this was a warehouse, man. This was a huge warehouse. Yeah. We had an upstairs. And it was perfect for what we were doing, brother. And like I said, we would pack that bad boy out. Yeah. And like I said, we weren't legal. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't have no license and stuff like that. And I'll never forget, the girl, a friend of ours' girlfriend was working the door, and she was like, "The cops are here." I was like, "Oh, well, there it is. You know, last show, guys. You know, enjoy it while it lasts." I looked through the curtain. They're watching the show. Right. They're hanging out. Yeah. They thought it was fun. Yeah. Did not give us any hassle, man. Yeah. And then they would pop in periodically, watch it. I remember one time the firemen showed up. Yeah. Watched the show, man. Yeah. There was never a problem until we got a hater. Yeah. And we got a hater. I don't know, man. I've heard who it was. I've heard through the grapevine who it was. Don't know for sure. Never got it confirmed, but I heard from 2 different sources. Yeah. This person sucked. Shouldn't have been in the ring, Mike. That was our fault. Shouldn't have been in the ring to begin with.
Make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
From them.
We're looking for horses. Yeah. You know, and I'm, you know. Yep. Maybe not even the last time that mistake was made, but you know, you want people in. You want to try to get them over. You get haters. You get people who have no business. That's why you got to bump them. That's, you know, going back to what we were just talking about. Didn't get the quote unquote push he thought he deserved when he was hurting people and couldn't take a back bump to save his life. And apparently, what I've heard through the grapevine is he called the fire marshal on us.
No, it's not Ryback.
It's not Ryback, actually. No. Even though Ryback TV is awesome, dude, he just did a great food review. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, man. We'll be here for another hour. Great show. Yeah. So anyway, man, we had to shut down. But before I get to that part, Mike, because we're kind of starting to get toward the end of the whole thing, what's a PUD and this and that. But the first night that we had that building, to this day, we had about 30 people in there, I think. I think about 30 for our first show. Yeah. And we had the brawl games, the first brawl games. Yeah. Without the cage, it was just about a royal, you know. Not only did I use the word PUD. Yes. And Mike, brother, hand to God, this was on the fly. I did not think about this. I did not write it on paper. I'm like, oh, what can it mean? I'm cutting a promo. You want to tell him, brother?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm like, you know, I'm cutting my promo. I said, you people are nothing but a bunch of PUDs. Pathetic, ugly dummies.
Yep.
Done. And once again, oh, brother, them 30 people were like, F you, buddy. Yeah. I mean, it got, you've never heard 30 people. And I ain't just trying to put myself over, Mike, but 30 people got hot, man. Right. And that was it. That's when PUD kind of was like, I don't know what to call them to that. Yeah. So what's a PUD? Why do we call ourselves PUDs? Why do we call y'all PUDs? Yeah. It's not because you're pathetic, ugly dummies. It's not the reason. Yes. Okay, that's not the reason. No. You know, Mike, what I think a PUD really, truly is us. Yeah. That's why we're PUDs. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, everybody at home be like, what are you talking about, pathetic, ugly? No. That's not.
That's what we are.
That's what we are. No.
That's what we are.
Us maybe. But, you know, Mike, I think it's a fan.
It is. is somebody who enjoys and has a passion for anything that
they love.
And that brings them joy and happiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what a PUD is.
Wrestling, music, movies,
theater,
games,
for our theater crew down south.
Anything that brings you enjoyment, that you have a passion for and love for,
that you grasp onto and hold on to, you're a PUD.
Yeah.
And that's it. That for everyone. What is a PUD anyway? You guys are PUDs, man. And
we're all PUDs.
We're all PUDs for something.
Yes.
We're all PUDs for something. And Mikey, brother, that's it. And you know what, man? Honestly, I think that's the best way just to kind of bottom line it, man. We went to another building. We had a couple good years. People kind of left. Everybody got burned out.
Right.
We were tired. The MWF still goes on to this day.
Yes.
You can still go check them out at Howard's Creek.
Got a show coming up on the 26th.
26th. So
next Saturday.
So
at the Howard's Creek
Rec Center.
Rec Center.
Yeah. So they're still going to this day. Just to kind of bottom line it. But yeah, Mike, I think how you described a PUD is it. It's people who are passionate about what they love, and we are proud to be PUDs.
That's right.
And we are proud of you guys to listen to us and invite us into your home or into your car or wherever you listen to us. It means a lot. And
PUD Life.
PUD Life, baby. PUD Life. Well, Mikey, brother, I can't think of a better way to end this show, brother.
That's right.
Anything you want to end us with?
Let's see. Like I said, MWF wrestling is October 26th,
right,
at the Howard's Creek Veterans Center, Rec Center. Then November 2nd, USA, and I get that. I'm so bad at that.
Well, we were just talking about
USWA. And USA Main Event Wrestling will be back at the Wow Factor
Party Pavilion.
Yes, sir. For another show
that we will be commentating on. So if you don't get a chance to see it live, you can stream it live on Facebook.
Yes.
And you can actually hear the PUDs.
That's right.
Try this new passion that we're learning that we have.
Yeah.
And Mike, like I said,
if you know of any other local wrestling shows, let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to talk about them all, man. We want to have this thing all encompassing. And once again, we appreciate those 101 subscribers.
Thank y'all so much.
Like I said, it meant the world, and it does mean the world.
Does.
Thank you, PUDs.
Thank you, PUDs. From the
PUDs.
Yeah.
Mike, that was something else I was thinking, because even me and Chad were talking, he's like, what are you guys kind of going by? What? And I was like, we're the PUDs.
PUDs.
And I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love being the PUDs, man. I love being a PUD.
Yes.
And I love that you guys are PUDs, and we're all PUDs. PUD Life, baby.
PUD Life.
And guys, until next week, y'all have a good one.
And not only that, David, I understand we're right at the end of our program.
No, we have got to go.
This has been a great event.
There's some people out there that hate us for this.